The Early Years Learning Framework, sometimes referred to as the EYLF, is a curriculum that all teachers adopt to enrich every child's educational journey from ages 0 to 5. It forms the backbone of a diverse, equitable and successful start to an Australian education. The Early Years Learning Framework was created by the Australian Government in order to give educators a foundation to provide quality teaching and give students the best chance of becoming a functional member of society. Their vision is that all children have the best start in life to create a better future for themselves and for the nation. The framework has been tailored around play-based learning and focuses on belonging, being and becoming within their community. Specifically, it adopts 5 various outcomes to focus on within the early years. The one we will be focusing on today is outcome number 5, called Children are Effective Communicators. Outcomes 5's focus of communication is imperative to children as they are naturally motivated to exchange ideas, thoughts, questions and feelings. These are all elements of developing literacy. The EYLF defines literacy as the capacity, confidence and disposition to use language in all its forms, and as educators we need to find ways to make this achievable and exciting to approach. As an educator using the EYLF, I'll be pinpointing the idea that children must be able to interact with others and to explore ideas, concepts, clarify and challenge thinking, negotiate and be able to share new understandings. To help children make interaction a natural and accessible part of life, I have suggested the activity of show and tell. Show and tell is an exercise performed in younger year levels from the ages 0 to 9. Today I'll be focusing on how show and tell helps language develop at the age of 5. Show and tell will take place in an early learning centre. The children are placed into small groups of 6 to 7 and sit in a circle so that everyone can be seen. It's a student-driven conversation as the children bring in their own item from home and share about what the item is, what it means to them and why they brought it. From these questions, students are developing linguistically as they are informing, expressing emotion, reasoning and explaining. To encourage deeper conversation or further challenge for capable students, I would ask questions such as how could you paint a visual picture of your item for someone if they weren't able to see it themselves, like using describing words, or get them to ask how does this item represent who you are. The resources needed for show and tell are simply from the students, and as long as they bring in their own prop, the whole activity runs fluidly and everyone can be included. Just as an example, students might bring in something such as these, their little clogs, and they might share about why they got them, where they got them from, and as I said before, with the extension, they would be able to try and describe what this looks like to someone who might not be able to see it themselves, and that's obviously going to be incorporating words that we might not be used to using, such as the patterns, the shape of the shoe as well, and there's also words on the top, words such as Holland, and that is a new word that they might not know yet, and then we can associate it with a place. The key features that help support oral language development in show and tell can be seen when students are sitting in a circle. They're able to detect when it's their time to talk versus when they need to be quiet. So we can align this kind of language development with the pragmatic dimension. And when students are ready to share, they're introducing new words, as I suggested before, and other students are encouraged to adopt those words, which is touching on the semantic dimension of language development. Although oral language can be taught using traditional guidance and teaching methods through specific lessons and lesson plans, it's really important to acknowledge that play-based learning does have a huge influence on students orally. And by using methods such as show and tell, it can keep students interested, creative, and allows for exceptional oral development.